Here we are going to do the update section of our crude. We already done create and read. For updation, we have to do updation on each and every row. So we have to take an updation link here, use an updation link here. For that, I can just copy this td inside our for each loop, inside our tr one td. We need an id of each row for updation, and also I am just giving the edit link as we already did in our single crude with php. uh, Here we have to give a link like this. Now ahref equals /a for the link. Inside this, we can go to the corresponding edit function inside our controller. You have to create an edit function for displaying our edit form. You can just call a form for editing like this. From the views, we have to create a form. Just calling this, we have to call a model also. I'm not deleting this section. Just copy this to here. Edit form. We have to create an edit form. Before that, I have to link to that edit functionality in our controller. For that, we can just call echo base URL. We already saw the function base URL. It will work only if we call that, load that helper URL helper in our controller. Then we can access this base URL anywhere. So base URL / users is our controller name with our edit function, which we are going to display the data form, edit form with the data. For taking that data, we have to send that corresponding ID into the view, and we have to send this ID into the controller. And the ID, I will tell how can we send a parameter through URL in Coordinator. That is also needed. Here we got the URL. See the bottom left side, users controller / edit function /1. This URL will take one as parameter. If I am clicking on this, this will get one will take one as its parameter of this edit function. So this is how we are sending a parameter through URL in Coordinator. Here it is showing an error because we didn't load the edit form. We have to create the edit form now, and I will just show how can we access the parameter of a function in controller URL. This is how we are calling a function from view to controller. View function, we are calling a function or through link or through any function URL or form submission. We can send the parameters. The function parameters will be like controller name / function name / param1 param2, like this. We can have so many parameters depending on our function, but this parameter which we are accessing should match the number of parameters we are sending. If there are two parameters like $name like this, then we have to send two parameters to the URL 1 2. Then there were a third one, then we can access the third one like this, like next one like this. Here we have only one parameter for doing our crude. We need only the ID. So here we have to create that edit form. It is showing error without the edit form. So I am taking the list data file, save as. It will go to views folder, edit form. Pasting it. I have only this form, no action. Then I have few input fields. We don't want to edit the password. We can just simply edit the username and email now. Let us see the output. Edit function passed one parameter. I gave two parameter here. That is the parameter mismatch. So if I am clicking this, I got the ID we printed here. ID echo $ID and undefined variable user, because this one I will take that then later. So we got the form, but for editing we have to populate the data of this ID or any other IDs. So I am clicking this one, I will get the second ID 2. We have to take the data from the database for of this to ID 2 and we have to populate into this form for updation. So for that I can use the I can call the model and I have to write a model for taking data. I can just write a function called get user in the model, get user with the ID, so that inside the model I'm just commenting the ID, so that inside the model I am going to create a function get user, function get user. Uh, Name function is not same name, it's not possible, it will show error. We can use getVar of our Core Builder class. Class method, class select ID, select with ID, single data selection, users, comma. Hope you already covered that section. We cannot learn that by heart, but we can refer that always. Array ID, Core Builder class methods, array ID, $ID. We can write simple query also here. Other than this one, we can simply write select a star from where ID equal to ID. But just to learn this, it is very easy to learn Core Builder class. Then we got the result like a Core result. This will select the complete the data in a zeroth index, first index list of data. So we need only one data. So we can use another function called a row. I am introducing one more function, row array. We will get the data in an array. So it will be more easy for, otherwise it will get the data in zeroth index, first index like that. Then as it is the first array, we will get the data in the zeroth index. So in the we will get the data return to the user's controller like this. I will get the data of user, single user data. You can just print the data, dollar data. Just I will just run the section undefined variable ID. We got some data, but undefined variable ID at line number 41. At a user model, you have to send the ID. ID is not identified here. We didn't send the ID. Get user has a ID as its parameter, then definitely in its function definition we should have that ID or any user ID or anything. We can write any variable name here, but the value will be correct as the parameter will send the data to this the function definition and function calling. So the value will be same. User ID should be here also. Even though we are changing the name, the data will come. So we got the data like inside the array. Previously, if we are just saving the data like dollar data, we will normally get the output like this. A simple array ID to username this like this. As we have to send it to the view, we can give a name for the array and just printed this. I'm just commenting this, and we have to send the data to view for populating edit form. Sorry, already the edit form is there. I have to just add the data, send the data like this. So I can write it below comma data. So we will get the data. So not the data, the user dollar user in the view file. As we already saw the users listing data, same way we will get the single user inside the just printing, because it is also an array, single row array. So if you are printing the data, we will get the data here. I was just printing it below that username. So we got the data like this. Now what we have to do is we have to populate the data one by one. Username. Previously we got the data from result. I'll tell that. Now it is in an array format, simple array format. So we can simply take the data like this, and we can populate each and every uh, form field with its value. For here we have to write the username, and here we have to populate the email for updation. So here the value equals PHP echo username. Same way for email. So when we are taking the edit form, we will get the data populated, and I'm just remove that print also. Now our updation is going to start. We have to click the update link so that this data with that ID should update in the table. So for this we have to do an action for updation like base URL. We have to write an update function, and also we have to catch the data into the controller. We can simply write update with the ID, the corresponding ID. You can take the ID also. So we have to write an update function for updation of the printed data in the uh, edit form. For this, we can send the ID itself plus for updation, we have to accept each and every data from the same way as we did in the previous create form. We have to catch the data. So here dollar username, we are catching the data in an array for updation also, and also for creation we created an array called user. Same way we have to follow this. Can follow, take the data using input post method, input post username, and also the updated data from the edit form with the input email. So we got an array for updation. Now what is the thing we have to do? We have to call the model for updation. We are doing all the queries in the model, user model. We can simply call it the function called update. But with that, we have to pass this user data and also the ID for updation. We have to identify which is the ID we are updating. So inside users model, we have to create a function for updation, update user also. So definitely we have to give the same name here also, update user. Here we will get both of the data, user ID. First controller name was user and second one was ID. Same way, the first one is user, dollar user comma user ID, or any name we can give. Now for updation, we can simply write a query like, for if in the query builder class, users array user ID dollar update. We already saw query builder class methods. I will just refer that query builder class update section from our HDDocs coordinator installation user guide. We can take like this. We can search for queries like this. We got one query called this DB update, table name, data, the particular ID for updation. So here for update, table name, data, sorry, not day, update users comma the array of user ID for updation. Now no need for return here because we are doing the updation. We can simply return whether the updation worked or not. With the updation worked correctly, then it will return a true result. Otherwise there will not be any result to return, so we'll get false. Using this return, we can identify whether here in the our controller that the updation worked correctly or not. So here we can simply store it as res for the return. So every function will have a return value. So here from the model we will have a return value. We can catch that value to any variable like this, and we can just check whether that return result is true or false. If it is false, it will not get into the if condition. We can write if condition like this inside this, but there is no need for if condition as I am going to write a single line after this if. So it will take automatically without the bracket. So if the result is correct, then I can do one redirection to the index controller like users slash index, because we will go to the listing. Same way this thing we can do in the creation also. After creation, insertion data, if I am taking the result, the data into a result, I can do like this, res user slash index. No need for this index. We can simply remove this index because by default it will take the index function first. Let us check the result preview. Now we have populated the data in our update, and I am going to update the data with the 1 2 3, and I am going to click the update button so that it should go the action to the corresponding users update with user ID, or in the controller users update with the corresponding user ID. So, and also that section will take the data from the corresponding data from these two field names, and it will put the data into the model for updation. So here let us check updation, some errors like line number 46, undefined variable users, 46 in user model. Here I added users as the data. The data is user. The updation worked correctly. I'm just removing this update. Correct. So we completed the update section. Here the update query or get where we take the data and we populated the edit form with the value, and we send the action to the update with that ID, then only we will get that ID in the controller, and we will get that complete data in an array, and we can call the model for updation with that ID. This is first, when we do the things, it will get more easy. It seems little lengthy, but it is very easy. And we can do one redirection also, and after here also redirect is another function that is also coming from the URL helper. Redirect will work only if we add the URL helper. Class, we are going to learn